They're hard on their own soft penis. They're soft on their own hard penis is what I'm trying to say.
They're just a victim.
Oh, they look the other way.
They
treat the penis like your big fat uncle came in once in a while, giving you candy and letting you go and stay up all night and all that kind of stuff. The penis will crap all over the place, ruin the carpet, scratch up the sofa. The man does not care. The woman must break the penis in. She must train the penis. Set limits for the penis. Are you listening, Ann?
And ultimately, a man...
I train my penis at home.
I know.
And ultimately, man...
Sitting at home waiting for my attention.
Can be gratified emotionally if he allows a woman to do that.
It's better. It's like a dog that behaves is a happier dog.
That's right.
When producer Ann's husband Doug comes in, penis waits out in the car.
I noticed that.
Yeah. And then when she drives, it sticks its head out the window. Oh, yes. Oh, that's a sight. A lot of horn honking going on there, I'll tell you what. Now, where the hell were we, Drew? Oh, Laura, yes. I knew I'd get onto a joke eventually if I talked about the penis for the first 45 minutes of the show. Laura, 14.
Oh, my God. I love you so much. All my friends think I'm a freak because I'm so obsessed with you.
Man?
Are you talking about me?
Yeah, because I'm always talking about you.
This is such deja vu because I told the story when I... first got hooked up with my first girlfriend at 14. She said it's between you and this other guy who was my friend. And I picked you. All my friends think I'm nuts, but I picked you.
That sort of orientation has played you throughout your life, I guess.
It certainly has.
It's says something about you somewhere.
Your friends belittle you because you worship me?
Yes, and I can't believe I'm talking to you right now because I've been listening to you for so long. And
if you'd like to cry, you may.
Did you ever meet the girl last night that came over to the studio, by the way?
Yeah, Coco. Coco came by last night about what time did she come by, Engineer Mike? Right about 12? We invited her down, yeah. Me and Mike teamed her in the parking lot.
Well, I see who you look like, Adam.
Who do I look like?
You look like, well, a little bit of Gilbert Gottfried, but not too much, but mostly Adam Sandler and George Clooney.
All right, yes. Now you're talking.
And you're a
hybrid
perfect combination.
Thank you. All right, Laura, what's your bigger problem?
Well,
this is a pretty substantial problem.
I know, but I'm guessing there's some abuse in the home, some substance abuse, perhaps.
Yes, undoubtedly.
Not really. But I have a list, and I was wondering if there's any way that you can, help.
A lisp?
Yeah,
I can't hear it.
S's.
Oh, I can kind of hear it.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Say that. I can't.
Please. If you love me, you'll do it.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
You can barely hear it. I imagine there are speech therapists out there that could give you some little techniques that would probably get you over it quickly.
Really?
Yeah, I bet you. I mean, you're a little bit... You're 14. I mean, it should be something pretty simple to get over, really.
And I'd like you to... here's what I'd like you to do, Laura, because I'd like to start grooming you for my future wife.
Okay.
All right, here's what I'd like. First off, I'd like to put you on a steady protein diet.
Okay.
I like a strong woman. All right. Then I want you to walk everywhere with a book on your head because I like posture. I like a woman that holds her chin up when she walks.
Okay.
I haven't looked at you and been able to size you up, but I'm guessing we'll need some surgery done, perhaps some augmentation, perhaps even just binding of the feet or some collagen injections, contact lenses. I want you to look completely different.
Okay. I'll do it for you, Adam.
All right. And I'd like you to start getting fluent in Spanish.
I am.
Oh, you are?
Kind of.
Oh, you are? All right, stick with that. Stick with the Spanish. I deal with a lot of Hispanics, and I don't know the language, and I'm going to need a go-between.
Please don't tell her to make a giant coil pot.
And you're going to have to learn to bake from scratch.
All right.
All right.
I'll do it for you, Adam.
All right, Laura. I'll be waiting at the altar.
Laura, see a speech therapist. I'm sure there's something they can do to help you out real quick.
All right. Melissa, 15.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, guys. Before I have my question, I just want to say you guys are really great. And Adam, my boyfriend, is totally in love with the little Drew Shuffle, Drew Boogie thing you put together.
I did not put that together.
Who put it together?
That was Engineer Mike.
Well, he thinks it's the greatest thing. He'd give up TV and everything for it.
Oh, really?
He just thinks it's wonderful.
Now, does he like the Drew Boogie or the Drew Shuffle?
Both.
Or he likes them both?
Both. both. He has them on tape, and he plays them over and over and over.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, here's my question. Me and my friends were sitting around one night, and we just finished our freshman year in high school, and we were wondering if we were misled a little bit because we took the sex education class. We were told that if a male and a female are, like, say their bodies are on top of each other completely nude, and their genitals are touching, and say, like, you know, the juice is loose or whatever, is it possible that something from the male can get into the female and impregnate her?
I suppose it's possible.
Is
but
it possible?
I suppose it's possible, but it's highly unlikely.
Okay.
Why? What were you taught?
That's just what they told us right there.
That you could get pregnant?
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, think about it. It just. I mean, the mechanics are possible.
Okay, and we didn't know if we were misled on some other things. Like, we were told that there's a high risk of it through anal sex.
High risk of what?
Of pregnancy.
Yes, but the kid comes out cigar-shaped.
I don't see how that could be. I mean, there obviously must be, you know, if things are not...
Unless you're doing a little double dipping.
Kept clean, right, or kept clean in there.
We didn't think that was right or anything, but, you know.
All right, what is this?
These are not high-risk
Is this junior college prep school you're going to?
No.
Do they have junior college prep schools where everyone just say, listen, today we're going to teach you how to smoke and blame your parents. All right, tomorrow's hacky sack, and the following day we'll teach you how to blame the man. I think I went to a junior college prep school.
At least.
We live in Bakersfield.
What was the other thing, Melissa, that you were saying?
That was just basically it. Oh, and the other thing, okay, male and female having sex, guy says, I'll pull out before anything happens.
Right.
Can he do that? Or is there some kind of, like...
He can do that, but there's pre-cum.
So there is.
Yes, and that can be highly concentrated.
And let me tell you, when the guy decides to pull out, I'll try not to get too graphic because I know about your delicate sensibilities. You're all of 15, yeah. Melissa. But here's the deal: as a man, when the orgasm comes, as a man, it is as big a surprise to the guy as it is to the woman.
Okay.
It is like when a hobo gets hit by a train every once in a while. You read about it in the news. It's not as if he saw it coming. Boom! 1 minute you're urinating on the tracks, the next minute you're riding the front of an Amtrak. I was going to say Amway. Amtrak on the way to your beloved Bakersfield.
Okay.
So if a guy says he can time it, he may be lying. I don't want to chance that.
Yeah, he may not be able to.
Right?
All right. I always love, and you never have these conversations later on in life, so enjoy them while you can. The hypothetical pregnancy conversation that is a rite of passage in every teenager's life between the age of, say, like 13 and maybe 16.
That and that, would you, if you had $1 million, do the following? And
there's wait, I'm knee deep into that one.
You're still doing that.
I'm still into that one.
No doubt.
But I like the one where, and someone always say is like my cousin Chet, his girlfriend got pregnant this way. You know, they'll personalize it like an urban myth. He was at the zoo and a baboon masturbated onto its feces and then threw it at her. And she was wearing a skirt, and the wind was blowing hard, and 9 months later, a baboon boy came out of her. Or the old jacuzzi one. A lot of guys have been known to take care of business in a jacuzzi. All right. Can you believe we get paid the same amount? Kim.
Yes.
You're 18.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Long-time listener, second-time caller.
All right.
I just, love you guys. Best radio show, best show on MTV. You guys rock.
Wow, we're digging you now, Kim. We're going to give you extra good advice, not that bogus BS we give to everyone else.
What's up, Kim?
I was just wondering if I can ask one quick question before I get to my actual question.
Yeah.
It's about, I already know about the thing about Rockoculus, so it's cool. I just want to know how'd you get Mahalo.
I stole it from the Hawaiians, who were overusing it.
Oh, I see.
But under-promoting it.
Oh, cool.
The Hawaiians are the laziest people linguistically on the planet. I'm convinced of this. They have 3.5 letters in their alphabet. There's 4 words, mahalo, aloha, and macadamia nut, I think, which is the other 2. That's all they have. And then they have to form sentences out of those 3 words. Mahalo, aloha, macadamia. And then they'll change the order. Aloha, mahalo, macadamia, or nut macadamia. You understand, Kim?
Yeah, I understand.
So I decided to take that from them.
Cool.
I
Okay.
think it's kind of smart because when you go to Hawaii, all you hear is mahalo. You don't hear aloha. Everything is mahalo.
Don Ho, at the end of a show, what does he say, Drew?
I'm sure he says thank you and mahalo because
Did you have to couch it with, I'm sure he says?
because you
Just say what he
every
says.
time. Here's what you first hear. When
What
you're-
does Don Ho say at
Mahalo.
the end of his show?
Mahalo.
No. Here's
Thank you
what
and
they'll
mahalo.
say. Thank you and mahalo. Which
And-
is like saying thank you and gracias.
And the first.
It really is.
It is,
It's like
absolutely.
saying thank you and thank you.
And the first time you hear that is every time the stewardess gets on the mic on the way to Hawaii. Every time.
Well, the movie will be Ed, the monkey movie, will be shown, and it's $8 for headsets. Thank you and mahalo.
Every time the mic goes on, clicks on.
Yes.
And you get off the plane on every trash can. Mahalo.
Mahalo.
On every welcome mat. Mahalo.
Drew, talk about me driving material into the ground.
Well, but yet you've never. And if you've been on the mainland, you've never heard that word.
It is so
I'd never
true.
heard it till I went to Hawaii.
Drew,
a couple
you
years
know,
ago.
if you don't know what mahalo is, you've not been
You've
to
not
Hawaii.
been to Hawaii. That's right. That's
All
what you
right.
can tell.
We got to start exporting mahalo T-shirts. It's going to be bigger than Hang Loose was in the
I was there.
mid-'70s.
When was I there? Like 6 months ago, and I looked through the entire Honolulu airport for anything with mahalo on it to bring you back.
You couldn't rip off a trash can and bring it back
4
for me?
billion things with aloha on it. Nothing with
All
mahalo.
right, we
on
need to
it.
talk to an export company and get mahalo on the continental
Anything.
United States
Yeah.
map. Hey, Kim.
Yo.
We're late for a break. I'm reading on the screen here you got kicked in the groin during the martial arts class, and now you got some pain in your urine.
Pretty much so.
All right. Oh, hold on then. Well, let us go to break. We'll get back. We'll talk about your penis.
Thanks.
Okay.
I don't think they're aware.
Oh, Nikki. Who's Nikki?
We'll see them again for Saturday.
Yes, we will see them Saturday.
Yeah, Adam, it has got to be tough to be. How would we describe?
In
Such a-
demand?
Yeah, such a magnet.
Mm.
Can we tell
Yeah.
people what we're talking about?
No.
Yes, stories.
All right. All right. I'll tell you what we'll do. Producer Ann and F up Drew. We'll have a little powwow during the next commercial.
Okay.
About the consequences of doing
we'll
this?
discuss the discussion.
Or how we should present this material.
Yeah, so there's nothing earth-shattering. It just was just
good.
musing on
stay
here a little bit.
tuned. Stay
Okay,
tuned.
all right. I don't want to build it up too much. It's nothing spectacular.
Yeah.
All right,
One.
where were we?
Kim,
Kim. Oh, Kim in a sack.
nutsack.
Yes.
Hey.
Hey, hold on, Engineer Mike. Get Drew with the nutsack comment. I like that. He said it about 10 seconds ago.
He says he has it already.
I know, but he always says that, and then I come in there tomorrow, his eyes spin around like a slot machine.
Kim, what's going on? So you got kicked or hit?
Last week I participated in martial arts tournament that was held in Washington, D.C.,
Yeah.
which, by the way, I heard that you went to the HF Festival last year, Adam?
Sure.
Oh,
I was there last week.
you were there last week.
Well, not last weekend, but the weekend before.
10 days ago.
Right. So anyways,
That was a tremendous success, Kim.
Kim, what's going on?
So anyways, I woke up late, and being a young, irresponsible person, you just get up and go. I grabbed every piece of equipment I thought I could, except the one major importance, the cup.
Yes.
And during the tournament, I did very well. I reached during the finals, and
What was it? Full contact or point fighting or kickboxing or what was it?
point fighting.
Okay.
So, they just said the rules about, just no kicking below the belt or anything. So, and during the finals, I thought I did pretty well. I scored a couple points. The other guy scored a couple points. And then later on, he just, he kicked me like twice, like in the groin. And I fell down for like 5 minutes.
Oh, it's like the Karate Kid. When I used to fight a little martial arts stuff back in the day, and I was known as Shatsukoi.
What's up?
It meant masturbating dragon. You didn't know they had names that were that complex, did you?
No. But I'm delighted that you do. So, Kim, you were hit there, and then what happened?
And then, I lost, Corey.
Yeah, but tell me the physical ramifications. What, did you get any swelling there?
Basically what's been happening is just every time when I go over to, I go and urinate, it's just, it's kind of painful. And, I had a physical, like 2 weeks prior to the tournament, and the doctor said there was, nothing was wrong.
Yeah, this obviously has nothing to do with anything prior to the tournament. This has everything to do with having been kicked there. Now, how long ago did this happen?
About, a week ago.
Any pain in the testicles themselves?
Not really. Just was, just that, basically when I urinate, it's just kind of painful.
And did it hit the testicles or just hit the sort of the perineum, the soft tissue in between?
I think he hit the testicles.
All right. You need to get seen by a urologist. It's very important. You can rupture your testicles. You can disrupt the blood supply to them. You can disconnect the spermatic cords. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff that can cause problems. I mean, it really can. I saw a guy a few months ago that got hit with a hockey puck.
Oh.
Yeah, it just ruptured it just fractured like a boiled egg breaking in half.
Was he wearing a cup?
Yeah.
He was?
Yes, imagine that.
Oh.
And it was still direct contact there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was there a black scuff mark on it?
No.
Oh.
It had to be operated on.
Oh.
And but there are things that it can be very serious, and it's probably not a big deal what's going on with you, but it does need to be checked out.
All right. Stacy.
Hello?
Dave.
Hi.
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 What's going on?
My boyfriend wants to, okay, I was with my boyfriend, and we broke up for a little while, and I've been with him for 4 years, and he wants to break up with me, or we broke up, and he wanted me. I messed around on him, and I was with somebody else, and now I've gotten back together with him, and he tells me that he wants me to wait for him and be faithful, but yet he told me that he has a date this Saturday with some other girl and that he's going to be with her.
Is this some kind of retribution for what you did to him?
Yes, it is. He's saying that it's not, but it is.
Well, this is no kind of relationship, is it? Why do you want to hang around for this?
Because I screwed him over.
Well, okay, so the relationship is in trouble.
Why'd you screw him over?
Because I was not sure.
Of what?
Of myself, of everything that was going on. I lost my job. I lost my self-esteem. I almost lost my life.
How'd you almost lose your life?
Taking it.
Okay, so this is part of a bigger.
Yeah, but now I'm okay, and he tells me he wants to be with me, but yet he wants me to wait for him. He wants to make sure that he's ready for me.
Well, he's just paying you back a little because you hurt his feelings.
But worse than that, he has no ability to concern himself with you or your needs, and certainly is doing nothing to support your lack of esteem that you have for yourself. He's only putting you back in that same position of powerlessness.
He's preying on the weak.
Yeah, he's really you may have been doing better. Well, guess what? This guy's going to see to it that you go fall right back into that pit you were in when he had you before. And I don't think this is a good thing for you.
He told me that he wants me to get better.
Well,
when I get better, then he wants to be with me again. But he wants to make sure that I am something that he wants.
All right, well, why doesn't he get involved with that process, which doesn't include dating other women, while he's waiting for you to get better?
Sounds like he needs to get better.
He says he might not be with this person, but I really think that he is.
He needs to get better.
How old is this guy?
23.
What's he do? Does he work?
Yeah, he works construction.
Okay.
He drives a big truck.
All right, that's enough. I work construction. I know these guys. This is a mistake.
Well, that guy in his nuts earlier on the radio, I was waiting for you to get to me.
I'm glad you can have a sense of humor about your life.
I've got to. It hurts.
All right, I understand. Do you have any kids?
Hell no.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I can't take care of myself. How can I have
Thank you,
kids?
Stacy. You do have some judgment.
People driving by the studio are honking their horns and flashing their high beams. Yes, yes. No children. All right. So
one child saved.
Yes.
Yes, I feel tonight I've accomplished something.
I'm going to save the children before they're born.
Yeah.
All right.
Save them from their parents.
All right. Sure, don't overstate
What
the
should
obvious.
I do, guys?
All right. Here's what you need to do.
Get rid of
not
him.
be in a relationship right now
Yeah.
because you lose yourself in a relationship. You get a little nutty in a relationship, and you need to focus on taking care of yourself, Stacy.
Yeah.
You need to get your feet on the ground. You need to mellow out. You need to work through a few issues. I don't know what happened to you in the past, but I'm guessing there's been a couple of things that have happened.
Yeah.
Early on.
Or early on, are we right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I also got raped before I was with this other person.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
And you know what he told me? He told me that I wanted it, that I could have stopped it at any time.
All right.
I would love to talk to a guy that says stuff like that. I would know what the hell goes on in that guy's mind.
But you are an a-hole magnet.
I didn't care about myself, so I tried to push
Hang
him
on,
away.
Stacy. Repeat that. Adam, wait. Adam.
I think I'll break out the
What, you
reverb.
want me to play?
Hang on, Stacy. Hold on. He's making a very, very
Profound statement.
profound, not eloquent, but profound.
Stacy, you are an a-hole magnet.
Why, thank you very much.
And you laugh like a mad scientist.
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at your daddy for not pulling out sooner.
Wow.
So you guys going to talk, or do I have you dumbfounded?
Oh, boy, this is great. Stacy, you are completely insane.
Thank you. I am 5150. I go to mental health.
Wow.
This is a true situation, though.
No, I
we
know
understand
it
that.
is.
We're kind of taken aback by your.
I'm laughing, Drew.
Labil-
I don't.
This is what you call. This is a great example of emotional lability. Just crying 1 second and laughing the
This
next.
is comedy and pathos. I got a tear coming out of one eye, and and one side of my mouth is grinning. All right, Stacy.
Yeah.
You're like.
I'm an a-hole magnet.
You're an a-hole magnet, and you're as unstable as nitroglycerin on
Nitrous oxide.
nitrous oxide on Muhammad Ali's bad hand. Do you understand? This is dangerous. Don't get.
Yours is stronger. Faster the ride.
I'm ambidextrous. Now listen to me.
What?
Listen, you mad woman.
What?
Here's what I think's going to happen to Stacy.
Okay.
Stacy is either, with that laugh of hers, she's either going to end up in a mental institution, or she's going to take over the world. Because she has that maniacal, mad scientist kind of laugh.
Thank you.
All right, Stacy.
Yeah. Oh, God. What?
Now she's going to cry again.
All right, mellow out, baby. All right, listen.
Yeah.
Shh. Where are you living?
I'm living in Orchid. I used to live in Lompoc.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I'm staying in Orchid with some friends. I'm actually live in Santa Maria with my grandma.
Okay. Oh, how's Grandma's drinking?
Grandma quit drinking.
Oh, she did.
Stacy started to.
All right, Stacy. All right, Stacy.
Yeah.
Listen to the truth for just a second.
Okay.
You've had you're only 21, and you've lived 3 lives already. You've had enough abuse for a prison camp. Your life is tremendously confusing, complex, and what you don't need to do is add more confusion and more distraction.
Simplify.
To it. Simplify. Work on a job.
Go to a meeting.
Work on a little spirituality. Go to a meeting.
Call AA. Go to a
Ground
meeting.
yourself a little bit. Forget about the guy. Forget about it. You got bigger fish to fry, like your brain.
Should I fry that? But
Okay, Drew. We'll be back.
I got along with him.
You waved at him.
No.
At the,
I had
MTV
we had a
Awards.
very pleasant exchange. Really? Which kind of surprised me.
What are you talking about?
I had a very pleasant.
Was
exchange.
I there?
Yeah, but you were talking to Kennedy or something.
Hi, this is John Favreau.
Drew, are you going? Remember that guy who had like or a woman who had epileptic seizures whenever Mary Hart would come on Entertainment Tonight about 10 years ago?
No.
Remember that story?
No, go ahead. No.
Does anyone remember that story?
No, but you know also. So enlighten us.
What's going on here?
Go ahead.
That is like a... well, look, it's a stupid reference if no one knows what the reference is. That's what Favreau does to Drew.
Yeah.
John Favreau, the guy who wrote Swingers, and was in Swingers, nicest guy in the world, as far as I know.
It's got to be me, obviously, but
Drew has a reaction to John Favreau.
Huh?
All right, but you saw him at the MTV Movie Awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a movie. And what happened? You talked to him?
Yeah.
I didn't see you talking to him.
A couple sentences. I mean, not a huge
You
dialogue.
waved at him when you walked past him.
No. A little more than that. But
Okay. All right.
pleasantries, true, genuine pleasantries.
Well, I like the guy, and
I don't dislike him. I just have these reactions to it. It's bizarre. I admit it. It's my stuff.
Hi, this is John Favreau.
All right. Enough, Mike. He's going to go insane. Rob, 29.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey. Whatever topic we're talking about before, we'll talk about it tomorrow. I'll bring some stuff in, and we'll have a good time, and that's all I'm going to say.
The thing we said to stay tuned for.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's got to be properly edited, I suppose.
Yes. All right, Rob.
All right. Actually, I've talked to you before, Adam, a couple of years back. I used to listen to Champagne and stuff, so I listen to you guys pretty often.
What? Wait, what?
You used to live in Illinois?
Yeah, I'm in Illinois right now.
You haven't been on the show a couple of years.
Well, a year and three-quarter, Drew.
All right, anyway.
Yeah, Ricky was on the show.
Okay.
And the question I have is, I'm gonna try. It's kind of a long story, but I'm going to give you a shortened version. I'm down in college, and the girl's been living on the same floor as me. Recently, we had just started getting together as the semester was ending. Now, she's graduated, and she's got her job, and she's trying to do her thing. But at the same time, we realize that we live close enough together that we could try to start something ourselves. Problem is, she's never been in a relationship with a guy before, other than just him calling or wanting to get together with her when he wants.
Are you able to follow this? I'm having trouble. I'm sorry.
I was thinking
Rob.
about John Favreau. There's a girl on the floor of your college dorm?
Right.
And she wants to what?
She had just recently graduated with her degree.
Yeah.
And she's living back at home.
Right.
What we realized is that we live close enough together to try to start some type of relationship.
You still living at college and her living at home?
Yeah.
Did you already have a relationship?
We kind of started about a month and a half into it.
So bizarre the way he's couching all this.
I guess I'm trying to make it quick.
Oh, you're on a fever pace, Rob.
She.
All right, so you have the girl lives nearby. You want to have a relationship even though she's not at the same school. What's the problem?
The problem is she's never been in a serious relationship with a guy.
All right, you'll be the first.
The problem I'm having with that is she's too afraid and she's too overwhelmed with it.
You're 29. How old is she?
She's 24. She's really there.
You sound a little overwhelmed for a 29-year-old, too.
Well, I'm kind of concerned about her.
Well, how many relationships have you been in?
I've been in a couple.
Couple, like 1.5?
Maybe like 2.5.
Uh-huh.
How long did those last?
Couple of them lasted about 2 years.
Couple of them.
A couple of the couple?
Couple of the couple.
All right. And have you dated much?
Yeah, I've dated around. I guess.
All right. Do you feel like you have a handle on women?
Decently, yeah. I really do.
Okay. Well, then suss it out.
I mean, unless she has been traumatized in some kind of terrible way, she'll get over it. Something is causing her difficulty with intimacy. I don't know why.
We've been intimate, but the problem is she's realizing now that this is serious.
Again, something is causing her trouble. It troubles her to be intimate. Something is conflicted in her ability to do that.
Rob, what are you majoring in?
Electrical engineering.
Okay, that explains it. My stepdad's an electronics engineer.
Oh, yeah?
A guy can, build a DC-10 out of junk in the tool shed, but he has difficulty with the conversations. It's a different part of your brain.
Right.
That engineering part of your brain becomes huge, and then the part that makes you be able to communicate with others shrinks.
The human part.
The human part shrinks. The mechanical part, huge. He has you bang on one ear, a Rector set comes out of the other ear.
I guess the major concern I have with all this is I've known her for the past year because of school. And I started having an attraction towards her last semester, and she started picking up on it and interested in me.
Okay, Rob, please, do not turn this into some sort of mathematical equation.
It's always difficult.
Yeah, but it's like, Rob, you turn it into one of these things where they give you a handful of yarn and a thing of dried spaghetti, and you have to build a structure that'll support a 22-pound Brunswick bowling ball. Don't think about it. You like her, you're attracted to her,
Right.
go ask her out. And if you have a good time, go out with her again. Don't
like-
examine everything.
Right, you need more facility with your feelings. You need to get more in touch with how you're feeling about her and how you're going to manage those feelings, and don't overthink, over-rationalize everything.
Just, you're into her, call her up and ask her out. She's not been out before? Good. She'll appreciate you that much more. Ryan.
Hey,
Hey, you're 14, you little bugger.
On Sunday, you gave some advice to this a guy who, and I took your advice about. I just asked her out on the last day of school.
Oh, was I talking to you or someone else?
Me. Well, you were talking to someone else, but
You took the advice.
But you took the advice.
yeah, well, because I had the same question kind of thing.
Oh, okay. All right. Here's what the question was. The following day, Monday, was the last day of school.
Which reminds me, I'm giving a commencement speech tomorrow.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Right. Now, I want to go over that commencement speech, by the way, in a few minutes. You have it?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
Where is it? Oh, it's there?
Mm.
All right. Let's go over a few points on that. I'll give you my notes. And we'll punch it up a little bit. I'm the script doctor, Drew. You may be the board-certified physician, but I'm the script doctor. All right, so, Ryan, I told this young man to go in and go for broke. Ask her out, because if she declined, you had the whole summer to forget about her, and you didn't have to go back to school the following day and face ridicule. All right, so, Ryan, what happened? You asked a girl out?
Yeah, and we're going out tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a group date, though.
Oh, I don't care.
It's all right. At 14, that's a good way to go.
That's right. At 14, it's a group date, and at 24, it's an orgy.
Yeah. So, should I, like, make a move or anything?
Well,
Like,
now, how did you arrange the group date?
well, I signed her yearbook, like, call me or,
Right.
if you want to, like,
Here's
go to a movie or
here's what I suggest. Let her know that you like her.
You got to get her liquored up.
And try to figure out what she would like. Be very sensitive to what she seems to be wanting you to do and what her needs are.
All right, hold on. Let me translate that. Brian?
Yeah.
You never really want to get shot down, but you want to keep moving forward, but you don't want to get your hand slapped and you don't want to get told off and all that stuff.
I mean, she doesn't want that, really.
No, but pick up her her body language. For instance, you make a little excuse to touch her. You say, oh, I'm going to do it to Drew.
Don't do it.
I'm doing it to you, Drew.
Aren't you picking up my body language?
Come here, Drew. Come on, get some sugar. There you go. You go like, hey, that's a nice shirt.
Right,
That's wonderful.
I
Is
feel
that
better
new?
already. Yeah, I feel better.
You got a little something there, huh? No, but I mean, and if what I did is I just touched Drew's shoulder and I sort of felt the shirt. What is that? Poly blend?
Right.
Right?
But it's
and then if she sort of like pulls away a little bit, all right, you're screwed.
Yeah, it's all cotton.
But if she reaches over and goes, well, what are you wearing? And touches you, you're in good shape.
But don't assume that she wants you to be clawing at her or to be, attacking her.
No, I'm just saying, feel it out. Who suggested the group date?
She did, actually.
Okay. That usually is a bad sign, but because you're both young, it's she may just want to, feel you out in the company of others.
Focus on having a good time.
How
That's
many
what she wants.
how many?
She wants to know somebody who likes her, wants her, and wants to have a good time.
How many people are going?
I think about 5 or 6.
Any of the guys better looking than you?
I don't think so.
Good.
Hey,
good.
You know what, Ryan? Just have a good time.
Okay.
Have fun.
Be yourself, Ryan.
Be yourself. Have fun.
Okay.
If she has fun, she will remember the event fondly, even if she wasn't planning to be attracted to you.
And don't have a real strong agenda. Don't say, I'm going to get A, B, and C done.
Yeah.
Just go, have a good time, be relaxed. Don't overthink your sentences too much, and just enjoy. And then when she feels comfortable with you, you go out on the second date with her. All right, Ryan?
Yeah.
And that's when you make your move.
Okay.
All right, see if your older brother Chip can drive you in the van.
Oh.
All right. Please. I'm kidding, Drew. Are you in touch with how awkward it was back then, going out on those dates and that whole whole thing?
It's so horrible that it's hard. It's hard to be in touch with it. You know what I mean? It's so uncomfortable and so awkward.
All right, but let me say this about the young dating thing, and this is life in general. As uncomfortable as it was, is as as exciting as it was. And I don't think I'll ever get that uncomfortable in the presence of a woman or out on the date again.
You won't care as much.
But I'll never get that excited about grabbing a bra strap again in my life either. You know what I'm saying, Drew?
Yeah.
That's how life is.
Yeah.
It's like money.
Yeah?
When you're 14 and someone gives you $100, it's, oh, my God.
Yeah.
All right, now at 30, 32, 33, what am I? I just turned 33. $100 doesn't mean anything. It's going to take $1,000. And the ante gets upped. That's what I'm saying.
This is back to your gerbil theory of life.
Absolutely.
I began to float.
Offspring tomorrow night. Tom Arnold, Toad the Wet Sprocket next week. And when we come back, we will commence with commencement speech that Dr. Drew is delivering tomorrow to a semi-enthusiastic group of graduating high schoolers. All after this in 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
Radio
Station. KROQ-FM, Pasadena, Los Angeles.
The world famous K-Rock.
All right, this is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. And it is graduation time. And I have no idea who gave the commencement speech at my high school. I think one of my counselors got up on the podium, fired a couple warning shots off, and yelled at everyone at the bullhorn to disperse. And go to junior college.
And off you went.
Off we went. I have no recollection of that, so it was not a meaningful day in my life. But
you'd accomplished so much, too.
Yeah.
Striking.
Right. I don't even have my diploma because I never returned We the People to the book room, which I owed him $17.95 for. If you want to know how pathetic my life is, that's all you need to know. I said I graduated on the second to last day because I pulled a D in my Spanish final. Copied verbatim off this Asian girl who sat in front of me, and I know she got an A. And I got a D because I think I got a couple grades knocked off for copying. But the point is...
Was it a multiple choice test?
Yeah, it was...
I'm sure you didn't get things off by one question or something?
No, I really studied her paper. I really did. And the point is...
So proud of you.
The point is I graduated just... If I didn't pass this class, I wasn't graduating. As it turns out, I didn't need it because I got into carpet cleaning, construction, boxing, and then radio.
All things that...
The diploma hurts you.
Yes.
When I went in to apply for this job, and I told the programmer, he said to me, first thing, do you have a high school diploma? I said, not really. Thank God. He said, all right, close the door. Let's do some coke. All right. That's radio. But the point is I've never used my degree, and I don't have my degree, because when I went to go get my degree, they said I owed the book room money, and I said, $18? Are you crazy? What do you think, I'm made of money? That was an outrageous amount of money to me when I graduated high school.
Sure.
And my degree was not worth that $18. And to this day, I do not have it.
Would you pay $18 for it now?
Sure.
All right.
I'll go down back to North Hollywood High and see if I can
Maybe
go
they
get
give
that
you some
thing.
kind of honorary degree. You know what?
An honorary high school degree?
Anyone North Hollywood High, maybe they can arrange something for Adam Carolla.
Yes, I should be delivering the commencement speech.
Oh, yes.
Over there.
This is my high school I'm going back to.
You know how I would start it with? Mi amo es Adam. Well, it's now a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood. All right. So Drew is giving the commencement speech to his alma mater, which was, let's see, what did I call it? The Little Lord Fauntleroy School for albino hemophiliacs with silver spoons in their mouth. It is a prep school.
Right.
8-man football, a bunch of white kids getting ready to go off to Dartmouth and Harvard and all the Ivy Leagues. So Drew is going to address them tomorrow.
Right.
Now, here's my note on this.
All right, I'm ready.
The kids are fidgety. It's been a long day, and it's a procession of people coming up giving speeches.
No.
The class president, the valedictorian. It's way too much.
Yes.
Make it short.
Yes, agreed.
All right, now let me see if I can punch it up a little. And don't make it so bleak. I went to...
No, it's all very uplifting.
Last one of these high school ones, I went to Nate, my Catholic Little Brothers one, like a year and a half or 2 years ago. And, oh, man, this chick went on and on about the dark and winding road
I could
filled
probably
with
do
potholes and in danger. And it was like, I wanted to kill myself.
I could probably do this in 8 minutes, I bet you, if I really punched it up.
All right, give me the first page here.
First thing is, this is
Go ahead.
Why am I doing this here? This is pulling teeth.
I just want to hear it. I want people to hear what Dr. Drew has to say.
I want to say it.
All right, that's a real shaky start.
First I got to tell you something. It is anxiety provoking to go back to your old school. It's like being in the 8th grade speech contest again. It really, it's not like nothing else. I mean, you can speak in front of you can go to the HFS festival and sit in front of 60,000 people, and it is not as anxiety provoking as getting up in front of your community of origin.
Right.
It really isn't.
You got your old instructors there.
Right. It's just you're 13 again. Immediately you're 13, and so there's that.
Just as long as the hair doesn't go back to 13. Yeah. If you've seen pictures of Drew.
Let me write that down.
All right, now go ahead, Drew.
No, that and I found an interesting quote say something to the effect that after they actually were looking for somebody.
Drew, don't parafrase. Just come on.
No, I'm paraphrasing. No.
All right, but just start at the top.
That was the top.
All right, let me. No. Every time I've returned to speak. All right, go ahead, Drew.
I can't do it.
Oh, come on. How are you going to perform tomorrow if you can't do it tonight?
He can't do it if he doesn't want to.
Ann, don't you know anything about good radio?
Obviously, you don't.
But yeah, if I knew anything about good radio, I'd get your ass fired. All right, Drew.
Let's go to call.
All right. Listen, why don't you get comfortable with the material, and we'll hear you do.
I can paraphrase.
All right, give me a little bit then. Paraphrase.
What I'm going to talk about the fact that they had asked for somebody who had some success giving back to the community, and I thought I was really touched by that. And I was going to say something cute to the effect like they went through their list, and when President Clinton turned down their offer, that I was, of course, next. And can you punch that up a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
And I came across something that Chelsea had said to her dad, which was, "Be wise briefly."
Aha.
And so I was going to.
He thought that meant be wise in his underwear.
That's right. That's right.
He misinterpreted that.
And
completely. Come on, Drew.
Anyway,
give us some more beats. There's a lot of young people who are graduating tomorrow. You will not be at their ceremony,
right,
but you have a chance to be at their ceremony through the radio. Go.
Here is my point. That in the last 200 years, okay, the last decade of every 100 years, there's been a tremendous amount of discussion about the human condition. And here we are at the turn of a millennium, and I don't really, you and I discuss it every night, but I don't see a lot of discussion. I see a lot of discussion about technology and how our lives are going to be different because of technology, but I do not hear people struggling with the mess that we're in as human beings. And we hear about it every night, and it is discouraging to me.
Yes.
And the only optimism I have, the only reason I remain optimistic is because of the young people we talk to. I really believe that some kind of new spirit or spirituality is going to grow out of these people. And I look forward to it. I don't know what it is yet, and I'm sorry that it's not it's not obviously bursting forth, but it's going to.
And these are the future.
You know what it is,
therapists of the world.
But here is what I like, and that is that I perceive young people right now as craving truth. You know, we always talk about this in this show. We want reality. We want reality. Our listeners want reality. And I think that is a very healthy impulse. I think the things that have been sublimated through the last couple hundred years are finally kind of coming to the stage as creative forces. And things that have, it's doing it right now in an uncontained way. That's why the people are acting out in ways that they don't understand. But to the extent that people are not afraid to confront it and talk about it and be real for once, maybe in the history of the human condition, really.
Are you going to quote anybody?
Nietzsche, Freud.
Who? Quote me, would you?
I will. What should I say?
As my esteemed colleague, partner, and sometimes lover, Adam Carolla, has been known to say, there's no bad pornography.
There's Adam.
There's good pornography, and there's great pornography. Thank you. And I'm having a kegger back at the Drew house. Sarah, 22.
This kind of runs into what you were just saying.
Okay,
I have two questions. First one, this is really short. I have narcolepsy, and I was wondering if there's any way to help cure it without taking medications?
I imagine there are techniques. I most of what I've been involved with has been medications.
Well, I've been on medications, and I switched several times, and I got extremely, extremely ill from it.
You know, there's different kinds of narcolepsy, different ways of categorizing it. Do you know what kind of narcolepsy you have?
No.
What about going to one of those sleep centers?
I'm sure you've been.
Because I've had some sleep difficulty.
Is it a sleep disorder or is it narcolepsy? I mean, it's kind of different.
Okay, then what's the difference? The lady who diagnosed it said it was narcolepsy.
Okay. Who is the lady?
Her name is Dr. Scherzer.
Oh, okay. Scherzer, yes. I'm very familiar with her work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she, like I said, she put me on medication, and she...
No, I mean, where does she work? Is she at the sleep deprivation center at the local college, or...?
No, she had her own office.
Uh-huh. And she's a neurologist?
Yes. I believe so.
How long you had this problem for?
I guess I've had it all my life. I was sexually abused when I was younger.
Okay. I would not put that... To me, if that's what I was going to say, in fact, even before you offer that information, is that very often psychiatric problems get labeled with these sorts of diagnostic categories.
Okay.
And I think if you go at from a psychiatric perspective, very often the sleep disorder gets cured, and then you aren't falling asleep in the middle of the day.
It's a very interesting process, those sleep centers, because I've had some difficulty. If you listen to the show, you know I make no bones about the fact that I have some difficulty sleeping, and I did one of those things where you go into it's like a facility, and they hook you up with things, and they ask you to go to bed as if you were sleeping, as if you were going to bed on any given night at home.
Uh-huh.
I got tossed out for masturbating before I actually... Well, you're on autopilot. What are you going to do? I didn't know there was a bunch of students watching. No, it was a long way to go for that joke.
Inspired you, didn't it?
And it's called a sleep is what made the difference.
No, Sarah, there's other reasons for sleep paralysis. I mean, usually for a good sleep evaluation, it requires a team of doctors, neurologists, psychiatrists, psychologists, to kind of come together and share their thoughts.
Okay, I had two.
And
I
you
had a
need
psychologist and a neurologist.
and you need a sleep study, I would think. Did you have an EEG at least?
No.
Yeah, you haven't had a workup yet. I don't know. It's just all very suspicious to me.
All right, so get a workup first.
Okay.
All right, what's your
second
second question?
Okay. All right, I've been dating this guy. Actually, we're engaged, and we're getting married in a couple months, and I was living with him, and he had 3 other guy roommates, and I'm living at home, kind of going in between because of school and everything, and I found some pornos in his room, and I told him, and this happened before with my last 2 boyfriends also, and I told him, just be honest with me about it, about what's going on and stuff. I'm very open.
Oh, yes, we can hear that. You're very open. That's why you went in there with a dog, a porn-sniffing dog.
They were laying right there on the floor.
So
he wasn't trying to hide them.
Okay.
And that was actually the second occasion. The first occasion, I found some, and one was like a guy-and-guy type thing, and the other 3 were girls type things, and he said that he bought them for a bachelor party. So I dismissed it, And then next time I found him laying on the floor, and he said that one of his roommates gave them to him. And he said they're not even his. And
wait a second. I've not been to that many bachelor parties, but guy-on-guy porno at a bachelor party?
We said it was a joke.
Could be a gag.
It was a joke, yeah.
I went to a bachelor party where we went to a drag show.
That's not guy-on-guy porn.
Yeah, but listen... Guys, the best man sometimes likes to goof on people, and he'll get a couple of pornos, and he'll throw in a gay one just to screw with everybody.
Take those home?
Huh?
I don't know, Drew. I don't want to examine. I don't
What's
want to
in your
pass too much
collection?
judgment.
What's in your collection?
I got a Colt Roundup in there.
Okay.
I'm not proud of it, but it's in there. I like to balance out the collection a little bit. That's all.
Okay, and then, once again, we got in a huge fight, and I'm like, just be open about it, and he said there was a friend, so he gave him to one of his roommates.
Right.
And then when we were moving out, the 3 pornos were laying in the closet, and I'm thinking if it was his friends...
All right, Sarah, listen. First off, it doesn't matter. Guys always do this. They find a porn movie queued up in the VCR. They find a porn magazine underneath the sink in the bathroom, and the guy's working this angle. Rich brought it in, and look, who cares if you spent $5 for it or not? You're pleasuring yourself to it. That's
why lie about it?
That's the point, isn't it? Because you're a ball buster, Sarah. That's why you lie about it. And when you corner people, they lie.
Well, because he lied in the first place. And I
They
explained to him
lie.
before he even
No. Listen, Sarah, you create an environment that makes him frightened to tell you that, yes, he likes to look at a magazine every once in a while.
But I judging by Sarah's demeanor and past, and his unwillingness to express and show his real self to her, she has reason to be concerned, I think, because God knows what else he's hiding. Really.
Okay.
I get that vibe.
Don't get married to the guy, but here's what I'm saying.
Oh, by the way. I mean, you're telling her she's planning a wedding in a couple months.
Okay, but listen, Drew.
Let her speak at least.
No, I'm done with her. People create an environment, oftentimes.
Yes, of course.
Many women are uptight about pornography in the house. It is as if you're keeping a girlfriend underneath the bathroom sink or between the mattress and the box spring. Many women get uptight about it.
Sarah is one of those...
women, hush. Women don't understand that this is a part of a man's life and was a part way before you got there. So the man doesn't want to cause any trouble. And what's the guy do?
I understand
he's
he
not
lies.
parting with the pornography,
Right.
so he says, yeah, okay, baby, don't worry about it.
I understand you have your perspective and agenda, and this is very cathartic for you, but think of her. She's been sexually abused. She's got these major psychiatric problems. She finds gay porn. I mean,
All right,
just think of the context here.
The gay porn's a little strange, but I will buy the bachelor party gag gift. I will buy that.
Yeah, but the context here. Sarah is one of those magnets you referred to earlier.
Okay.
All right? And so the whole situation is suspect.
Okay. All right. Keith, 26.
Yeah, I want to get a vasectomy, and I hear you guys want to sponsor one.
Yeah. What are your qualifications?
Well, I really don't want to have children.
Yeah, but you see, that's almost a strike for you.
Right.
Well, my own...
Not wanting to have children is like
And then
people,
being responsible.
It's almost like someone saying, you know what, I think I need therapy.
Yeah, we want to get the irresponsible guys and contain them.
My own childhood was kind of screwed.
We want like Dennis Rodman's dad.
Screw up somebody else's.
All right, are you married or are you're not in a relationship?
No.
You don't have someone you can have sex with?
No.
Well, I'm sorry, Keith. I appreciate the effort, but we're not looking for single guys who are celibate. We're looking for guys who have a couple of kids, 3 or 4 kids already, who just got fired because the plant closed down and who are having drunken, unprotected sex. Am I right, Drew?
Yeah, we want the problems. We want to
Right.
We want to solve the problems one spermatic cord at a time.
Oh, hold on. Engineer Mike, can you put that on a...
We're not going to need Drew here anymore.
That's what... all right, you understand my plan now. Did you hear his comment?
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything from now on, and if...
We're going to solve the problem one spermatic cord at a time. Come on, that's golden, Mike. Please, don't make me come in there and do everyone's job. Mike told me last night, producer Ann, that you guys had the new Victoria's Secret catalog in there, and that's why your minds have been spinning the last 4 nights.
I ordered the cutest bra.
Hey, I swear to God, when Ann gets hold of a catalog, that's it. That's it. That's when Drew starts saying, isn't that right, Ann? Ann?
Excuse me.
Ann?
I'm picking out pale pink or aqua.
She's giving her Visa expiration date on the next phone. All right.
I listen to you guys every night.
I
It's
know.
Old.
I understand.
Same old thing.
It's inspiring to our listeners. Thank you, man.
Sherry, 22.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Good.
Good. My question is for both of you. I have gone through a very strange life, and listening to Stacy, I about started laughing myself. I sound just like her, kind of. I'm not doing anything self-destructive right now. I'm actually quite a very spiritual person. However, recently I've been having these dreams and fantasizing about really sick, twisted...
All right, what happened to you?
What happened to me, about a dozen people from my earliest memory until I moved out of my parents' house when I was 18, I was sexually and physically abused.
Who were these people?
All 4 of my parents.
All what?
All 4 of my parents, my birth parents and my step-parents. My brother, friends of my brothers, friends of my parents.
Is that bizarre?
Neighbor. Mother-in-law, cousin.
Is that incredible? What are all these people doing now?
My family.
They're in politics, aren't they?
I'm sorry?
Local government, I'm guessing?
You're pretty close there. You're pretty close, Adam.
What do they do?
Well, I'm in Las Vegas, if that gives you any clue.
They work at casinos?
No, they're pretty powerful people.
Oh, they're mobsters.
And
wow.
Some of them are, and then some of them are, just regular people, just run of the mill. But
Jumps. I saw Goodfellas.
But they're all so severely disturbed this way. Isn't that interesting?
And
all right, so Sherry, when did this start? At what age?
the earliest memory that I have of any of this going on was when I was 2 years old.
I mean, just imagine this, though. This is a whole community of people where that's just how families relate.
Yeah, but let me just try to make sure we have our facts straight. It started with your mother and your father before they broke up, both physically or sexually molesting you?
No, Adam. My real mother and father physically abused me.
Okay.
And they were divorced when I was 3 years old.
All right.
And then both of them were married. And their new spouses, one physically abused me and one sexually abused me.
All right, so out of the four, one, like the one stepdad,
Right.
was sexually abused you, and the other three were physically abused.
Right.
Okay, and then the neighbor got into it, and
The neighbor down the street got into it. Another neighbor got into it.
An in-law?
When you say the neighbor, was it the neighbor kid, or was it like the adults?
Kids, teenagers.
And how old were you then?
It happened when I was 5 to 8 years old.
Oh.
Okay, true. Don't go to Nevada. Christ's sake, if you're not getting raped in the bathroom, you're getting raped.
I haven't lived here all my life.
You're getting raped at home.
It happened somewhere else. So
This didn't happen. This happened somewhere else.
it happened in another state and also here.
All right. Yeah, don't go to Nevada anyway.
You know.
All right. So this is like eerie. And when did you? How old were you when you figured out that this was not what was going on everywhere else? Yeah.
I've always known my whole entire life that it was wrong, but I didn't realize the seriousness of it until I was about 16 or 17.
Do you have and you say your brother? Do you have another sister?
I don't have any blood. I have a half brother and a half sister, and the rest of them are step family.
And the step is the one that abused you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I say about that.
My brother was the only sibling who did anything like that to me.
Your brother what?
My brother was the only one who abused me. One of my sister's husbands
of the family
attacked me. Yeah.
One of your what?
My brother-in-law.
Oh.
My stepsister's husband attacked me.
It's sexually.
Right.
Sure.
Oh. So, when did you get out of there?
When I graduated from high school.
So you've been gone a while.
Right.
Did you go to college?
Yes.
Good. How do you support yourself?
I work 2 jobs.
Drew's going to write dancer.
No, sir.
No.
No, I'm a very spiritual person.
Well,
something's gotten you through this, I'll tell you.
That's the only thing that kept me alive.
What do you do for a living?
What do I do? I'm an accountant. And then I also do some things with boxing.
Ring girl?
No, I'm an assistant to
Cut man?
a boxer's athletic management team.
That's
really?
incredible.
What division's the guy fighting?
Heavyweight.
Oh, how's he doing?
Right now he's a sponsor for HBO. Well, he will be. He signed a contract with them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's his name?
George Foreman.
I don't know if I should say.
Well, you can say who it is. A little plug for the fighter.
Mr. Bow.
Oh, Riddick? Wait a minute. Oh, he raped you too, didn't he?
No.
No. Okay.
No. Don't even go there.
Well, I thought he was trying to get back in the military.
He doesn't really know what he wants right now.
Okay. I know he's a little confused.
He's signed a contract with HBO.
All right. You give the guy $10 billion and he gets a little confused. He thinks he wants to join the Army. All right, listen, Sherry.
Yes, sir.
All right, listen. We have to go to break.
Okay.
We've been talking to you far longer than we should, except for you've had such a interesting, and pardon me for saying that, and tragic past that it warrants a little more time than your average, 15-year-old. They got the soccer ball in the nuts, which is the theme of the show tonight. Right. So just hang tight.
Okay.
We'll get back to you, and we'll figure out how you sorted this mess out, because here's somebody that has had the absolute worst of the worst happen to her, yet she's going on with her life. She's gainfully employed, and she seems to be reasonably grounded. This is someone who was molested repeatedly by not only the entire family, but the block. All right, we'll get back and finish with Sherry after this. Bestie guests who punch up the liners.
Remember those guys?
Yes.
Yes, he kissed you.
Bloodhound gang. Oh, he did, yeah. Yeah, with his tongue.
Yeah, that was weird.
All right, Drew, don't make me relive that, please. I'm not into the kissing thing. I barely like kissing women. Do you like kissing women, Drew?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? It makes you more heterosexual than I?
Yeah, maybe it's just they like kissing me more than they like kissing you.
Shush up.
You like to kiss women, Adam?
It's good for a while, but then
what,
I
like
don't know.
French kiss? Or?
Yeah.
It does lose something when you finish your 20s.
Yeah, there's something about it. There's something, I don't know. I like hugging.
We are pathetic. Let's get on. This is really pathetic.
I'm a groper now that I'm in my 30s. I was a smoocher in my 20s, but I've moved on to groping.
Yeah.
No, never dry hump anymore. I miss dry humping. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Why don't we do that, Ann? That's not cheating, is it? Well, if we don't...
At the next break?
If we don't kiss, right?
Uh-huh.
And there's no exposed flesh.
Right.
We certainly
There's
could
no
dry hump.
penetration. There's just
And women
bumping up against each other.
Women, if you dry hump correctly, it really could be better in sex.
Forget about it, yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's really, the best part of sex.
Exciting. It's very exciting.
It has all the necessary elements for women.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the excitement.
Yeah. There's anticipation and the mystery before the inevitable disappointment. That's the dry chafe. All right.
No.
Where were we? All right. Well, I can't remember everything. All right. Just Sherry.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you were passed around like a joint at a Doobie Brothers concert your entire life, and now you're relatively sane.
Did you have treatment?
I went to 3 different therapists, and none of them lasted very long because they couldn't handle me. They said that I'm too bitter and too angry and too much of an enigma for them to help me, and that there was nothing for them to do for me.
Really?
Life.
That doesn't sound like... all right, Drew. What's going on, Drew?
Well, I just wonder if, sometimes some difficult patients really are a big hassle, and some therapists don't want to take it on.
I didn't cause any problems.
No, I understand, but it can really be a challenge, and so you have to have a lot of room in your practice and able to take on a project like this sometimes. Were you acting out at the time in some way?
No, actually, it wasn't until the 3rd therapist that I saw that I actually let myself get emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say emotional, I don't mean, banging the wall or something. I was crying and
Were you following their directions?
What do you mean?
I mean, were you doing what they told you to do?
Telling me to get upset and stuff? No.
I mean,
No. In general, were you following their directions?
Oh, yeah.
Were you calling them in the middle of the night for help and things?
No.
The
only time I ever spoke to them was when I had an appointment with them.
All right, so you've had this horrible, tragic past. Are you able to have a relationship now?
No.
Yeah, I bet not.
No.
But you will.
You should. Why don't you make another crack at treatment and see if you can find somebody who can handle you, who's got room, and somebody who's really highly qualified.
What about some groups, Drew?
I can't do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the right thing for
I
her.
can't do a group thing because I won't say anything. I'll just sit there.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot to get through. I mean, it's just so horrible. I mean, do you ever worry that, let me ask you this, and this is going to sound like it's coming from left field, but any evidence that you have a multiple personality or anything like that going on?
Not that, but sometimes I wouldn't really say multiple personality disorder, but
it depends on different situations. I can be two different people sometimes. Just not two different people. That's not a good way to say it. I just act very differently. I put on a great show. Let's put it that way. I'm a great facade artist.
Yes, you should get an Emmy.
Right.
Well,
right.
All right. Well, here's the deal, Sherry. We've spoken to you for quite a long time. We're real sorry to hear about what happened to you.
But if you're going to have stable relationships, you're going to have one with a therapist first, or else you're going to continue to create chaos.
All right. And for
it's
what?
Impossible to trust somebody.
All right. For what Sherry has been through,
She's
she's
doing great.
one of the sanest people alive.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. John, 23.
Shouldn't you get to answer a question, by the way?
No.
Hello.
Let's go back to her. Sherry, stay on the line. Don't take her off there.
Oh, please, Drew. We talked to her for 10 minutes.
John?
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Well, first I'd like to say, Adam, you're the reason why I keep going. And Drew, I'd like to say you're a gentleman among scholars.
Keep going where?
Just in life.
Oh, okay. The reason you carry on?
Basically.
Oh, yeah. I am too, by the way.
If you don't mind my saying so.
Thank you. No, that's fine. I give you a reason for living.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Yes, you do.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's what he said, didn't he?
what I can say is 6 years ago, I was in a motorcycle accident that left me a T6 paraplegic. And before then, not that I was a Casanova, but I did okay with women.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since...
Now, hold on. Where's the T6, Drew? Thoracic?
Yes. It's the sixth vertebrae down.
He has his arms are fine.
Okay.
It's just below the nipples by about an inch or so.
Yeah.
All right. I wear my nipples real low.
Well, what kind of injury?
Like a chimpanzee.
What happened?
I was in a motorcycle accident.
Motorcycle. Right.
Yeah, I made the unfortunate mistake of drinking and getting on a motorcycle. Yeah, it was kind of a prolonged story that I'd rather not.
I've done that many a time, by the way.
I'm sorry?
I used to ride a motorcycle for transportation. Had a couple of Ninjas and a 404 Honda and all that, and I used to do all that same crap. And I just...
well, here's the thing. The road curved hard to the right, and I went straight. And I hit a guardrail, and I flew about 40 feet, and I hit a tree. And they labeled me a compression, and they said I was a Frankel... C complete, meaning that I couldn't feel or move.
Yeah.
But now they label me a Frankel B incomplete because I can feel, which is a really good thing.
Oh, below the T. Oh, I see. Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Partial transection.
And actually,
got it.
functionally speaking, I'm a T9. Like they gave me methylprednisone, which is, I guess, what they give a lot of paraplegics now, or just spinal cord injuries.
Yeah.
And that helped me quite a bit.
Okay, good.
But anyway, so like I was saying, before my accident, I wasn't necessarily a Casanova, but I did okay with women. After my accident, I had what I like to call paranoia, like paraplegic paranoia.
Right.
And I had a lot of issues just dealing with women. Like, they would say things that I thought they meant were talking about my accident. Anyway, I finally came to the West Coast about a year ago, and I was lucky enough to find a woman who had no issues with my spinal cord injury, and I had no issues with her. Anyway, the long and the short of it is we're now breaking up, and it's the first person that I've been dating in 6 years, and I feel like I'm 16 years old. I'm 23 now. I was 17 during my accident. The last girlfriend that I had, the breakup kind of came completely out of the blue, and afterwards I went into about like a year of depression. Like
you're worried you're going to get like that again.
Yeah, and that was my main concern, but there were a lot of other things. Like I didn't know what sex would be like. I was a virgin at the time.
Oh, you never had sex before the accident?
Never. But let me say this, Adam, you would have been proud of me. I was keeping up with masturbation on a daily basis.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
Well, that's almost rehab therapy for you.
Well, here's the thing. Since my accident, I kind of even stopped masturbating because it did nothing for me. But the girl that I was dating, well, since I came here to the West Coast, we've been dating for about 4 months. She was the first person that I ever had sex with.
You still have normal erection, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I can achieve an erection rather easily. To sustain the erection is another thing. But, I mean, there have been times that I've been able to go for like an hour and a half.
Hey, this reminds me, there is a new medicine out. Remember we talked about the stuff you can inject?
Yes, the vasopeptide.
But there's a new one that you put into the urethra.
It's like as a suppository, right?
Exactly. And it's called Muse. You just insert it into the urethra, and then you roll it around.
But isn't that going to be caught up in the FDA for a like before they approve it?
I think it's being released.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to start a fire with your penis. Like you're going for your merit badge or something as a weebelo.
Precisely.
So you take this thing, you insert it into the hole at the end of your penis.
Yes.
Which hole? Oh, no, that's right. And then you rub it vigorously, like, hey, you ever seen those garlic peelers?
Yes.
Little rubber
Trust me,
tubes,
I've
you put the
rubbed that
garlic in it, yeah.
I rubbed that area vigorously before, so I understand.
So that's going to be a great advantage.
And how does that work? Does it work?
Well, here's the cool thing about being the incomplete paraplegic. When we first started having sex, there wasn't much to it. Now, because I just felt a lot of pressure. Well, since then, the fellatio has been amazing. Like I've felt quite a bit from that. But then we started experimenting with different positions, and things started feeling really, really good. But like down there. But that's just because of my incomplete injury. But the bottom line is, the girl that I've been dating, she runs away from me quite a bit, and I come from Dr. Drew. I can tell you, I've been listening to you for a year, and just from that 1 year, I've learned that I'm quite screwed up.
Good. That's the mission of Drew, is to convince everyone they're totally insane. Then, as the sanest one, he'll be in charge of the planet.
No.
That is the subtext
No,
here.
that is not the subtext.
All right, listen, we got to go to break.
Let's go back to John.
No, we're not going back to John. We're going way too long on these calls. Anne's going to kick my booty. She's breaking up with the guy.
Yeah.
Here's my advice to breaking up. I've been through many a painful one. If they want to break up, then you're breaking up.
Yeah, let it go. Yeah, that's true. That's good
salvage
advice.
some dignity, salvage some pride. It'll be a great learning
Deal
experience.
with the loss.
Yes, there will be a little depression. That's all right.
Yeah.
That's part of life.
Normal.
You move on.
But really immediately move on to developing new relationships.
Where's that damn Elastica?
What?
I don't know.
I look like I'd know?
I haven't heard anything from Elastica in a little while. I like them. I hope, remember Justine was all like, hey, it's Justine from Elastica. Was that like a year ago or something? Oh, hey. Weird society we live in. Drew's smart because he doesn't pay attention to anything, and therefore nothing goes in or out. You know what I mean? Bell bottoms, shag haircuts. They're all
still in.
They're all in.
They're all still in.
But remember, and I don't want to sound cruel or anything. They're probably in the studio making another record or touring or
One minute
something.
they're the hottest thing going,
But
everybody's got to have a piece of them, and then now they're like, nobody's heard from them.
Justine from Elastica was a really hot commodity. About a year, maybe 14 months ago. She's pretty. She was dating somebody.
You got Damon from Blur.
Right, and it was like, hey, this is the next I don't know, Courtney Love or something, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, you haven't heard her name in a year. I mean, nothing
At all.
Have not heard Justine's name brought up once.
Yeah, it's strange.
All right, you know how you can tell, Ann? The interesting thing is, we're now in the season of the radio summer concert season.
Right.
We got to do the K-Rock Big Weenie Roast coming up here on Saturday, and we're at I was at the HF Festival last weekend, and you look back and you think about the bands that were there last year that were just on fire, and there's some of them that you just literally haven't heard of since last year's concert. And then there are bands like Beck, or guys like Beck, who I remember seeing Beck at the Weenie Roast about 3 years ago. And he was just like Beck in a pair of corduroys and a Casio doing Loser. And everyone was like, who's this guy in his Casio, and when's he going to get the F off stage? I mean, it was totally unimpressive. And then I saw Beck 10 days ago in front of 60,000 people, just lighting up the crowd. Playing the harmonica, doing a hour-long set, stealing the show. It's amazing. All right.
Next year at this time, we'll go, what's Beck doing? Remember Beck last year?
Remember that guy Adam Carolla?
Yeah. What's he doing now?
All right. Hey, look.
Mike like that.
Engineer Mike's alive. Check his pulse, quick. For Christ's sake. You know I tell better jokes than that all night long, but Drew comes up with one mediocre one, and the audience goes nuts. Kyle, 15.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, Kyle.
I've got a love problem. Because, I'm with this girl, and, I love her a lot. And she's been in some bad relationships. And so she's having trouble trusting me and telling me that, that she has feelings for me, too. I mean, she's told me that she loves me before. If I tell her I love her, she'll tell me she loves me back. But like any other times, it's like it's never brought up. She won't say anything.
All right, so she's, she's
Ambivalent.
been, bitten a couple of times.
She's ambivalent.
She's withholding.
She has trouble trusting people. That would be...
That's normal.
Age appropriate, yeah.
But the thing is, like, well...
It must feel bad to you.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I'm like going crazy because I mean, I love her a
Well,
lot.
Kyle, don't cling. Don't suck the soul right out of her.
Don't put the screws to her, Kyle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're a little needy, and it's a vicious cycle because the more insecure you get, the more you press on her. The more you press on her, the more she closes up, and then the more you press on her.
Yeah.
All right, so here's your job, Kyle. Your job is to somehow realize that she does love you in her own way, and that because of events that you're not responsible for, and that she's not responsible for, perhaps, she is only capable of so much at this given time.
And if that is not enough, then you may have to get another relationship. You have to accept what the reality is. Don't expect her to be something she's not. Don't idealize her and insist she's something that you need her to be. Let her be what she is in the relationship, and if that's not enough, then you may not be up for the project.
Everybody understand that there's no universal way of showing affection or love. There are certain standards that society uses, but some people... all right, this is becoming cathartic again, but some people express themselves differently.
Give us your... What do you... Personalize this. What do you mean? Come on.
All right, I am a guy who is... I don't send flowers. Because I can't think of a bigger waste of money than flowers.
Yeah,
Every
more
time
than
I think of flowers, I think of a tool. I picture actually sending like a palm sander, putting it in a vase of water, and then throwing it out in 3 days.
Or a nice bouquet of monkey wrenches or something. Right, nice.
Okay, Drew.
but listen.
What's up with you? We've been reading like your Dixie Riddle cups over the weekend.
But the deal is...
Let me do the comedy here.
Your family never gave gifts. So gift giving, any kind of giving is something troubling to you.
Yeah, they were like a Jehovah's Witness without the religion.
Yeah,
they weren't into really gift giving. They weren't into stuff. So it's very uncomfortable.
So expressing things is tough for you.
Right,
yeah.
It is. On the other hand, I've never cheated on a woman.
This is why, by the way, you and Ann get along so well.
Yeah.
Why?
Because Adam gives gifts all the time.
Ann is the giver of gifts.
Giving. He doesn't.
He doesn't even receive them. He
all I
doesn't
know
even.
is my birthday's coming up, and it better be good.
Oh, I'm pulling out all the stops.
I'm telling you, baby.
Drew, can you lend me $10?
You owe me like 2 years worth.
Yeah, Ann got me many a gift, and Ann has really done everything. And I'm as uncomfortable giving gifts as I am receiving them.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah.
All right, and I don't do many things well, but I'm dedicated. I never cheat. I don't lie. I'm totally supportive.
I appreciate that, Adam.
Yeah, like Ann gives a rat's eye. Ann would rather I just go off and cheat and then, buy her an Angora sweater because she wouldn't be the one I was cheating on.
So you didn't finish your point.
What was my point?
Many people express themselves differently.
Right, and it's important to understand your partner and understand their ways, and their idea of giving is like I've gotten I'll get a girlfriend a car alarm for a present.
Sure.
I've gotten a girlfriend. I've tinted her windows on her car.
But I think you're missing the point. Those people need to tune in to where their partners are at emotionally. What are they feeling?
Hey, and once you dig a window tint,
and accept that and deal with that. And if it's not good enough, if it's not the relationship you need, then find somebody else.
Okay, all right. Jessica, 19.
Hi guys, love your show. I just need some advice with a parent problem. The story is, when I was 3, my parents got divorced, and divorce was really messy. They couldn't decide on custody arrangements and everything. And during that time, too, each of my parents had gotten remarried, and we were sent to live with my mom. And my mom wouldn't let us go see our dad, even though it was arranged that we were supposed to see him, every so often or whatever. She wouldn't let us go see him, and when she did, she would badmouth him and his new wife, and it just was a bad situation. And what had happened when I was 6, she ended up dying of cancer. And we were sent to live with our dad and his new wife. And that was kind of a not a good situation for me because my dad didn't sit us down and try to he didn't think that I really understood what was going on, and so we never really talked about my mom's death or anything like that.
And you need to talk about it.
What?
You need to talk about it.
Yeah, but see, this is the problem. His new wife and I don't get along at all, and we haven't for a really long time. And when they had a baby together when I was in 5th grade, it was really hard for me because all of a sudden I just felt like I didn't fit in with the whole family picture, and like it was a lot of mixed emotions for me. And I went through a period when I put my parents through hell, and
yourself, I assume.
What?
And yourself too, probably.
Yeah. And
all right, Jessica, we're running out of show. What's the question?
And so I guess I just want to know how to approach my father, and I want to talk about my mom, but it's like forbidden.
Okay, Jessica. I grew up, I didn't like my mom, I didn't like my dad, I didn't like my stepmom, and many other people. Huge rifts, and I was about your age when I moved out. Here's what you do. There's no one meeting that's going to clear anything up. There's no card, there's no gift. You just start.
Yeah.
It's a little painful, it's a little uncomfortable, but you start easing into it, and you start bringing up things, and sometimes you cry, and sometimes you bring up stuff that's uncomfortable, and sometimes you go away pissed off, and sometimes you go away feeling good, but you just start. And don't try to get it all done in one sitting. Forget it. Just start talking to him, and just talk to him and bring Mom's name up.
And keep bringing it up. Don't keep the pressure on. Keep talking.
Okay. It's like Vince Lombardi here.
Here's Loveline before.
With the Boss Tones this weekend. I'm so true. I'm telling you, me and Dickie are having a love affair.
I'm at Del
I write him letters and spray perfume on, Aqua Velva on them.
I like these
them.
guys. We've hung out with them before.
We are doing nothing but hanging with these guys this week.
Look forward to it.
All right, Offspring tomorrow night. Look forward to that. Want to thank everybody, and until next time, this is Profile Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed herein are certainly opinions, that's for sure. If you'd like a written transcript of today's program, you probably should have written it down yourself. And if you did, we'd like a copy. Loveline producer Ann Wilkins.